All right. So, a pleasant morning to all, or pleasant afternoon or evening, whatever time you chose to watch this video. This is a guide to making your final output. This video is intended for both Rizal and RIPH students. No? So, again, reminder, my final output is different from how other instructors do it. So, better not leak this video to them, no, better not tell others about our final output, ano, because we have different ways of trying to address the difficulties of remote learning, and this is my approach, no. So basically isa lang yung style ng final output na ipapasa ng students ko for Rizal or RIPH. So, for this session, I'll be introducing to you several options on how you'll be able to execute your final output. And there are 5 options. No? So, simulan natin sa pinakamadali. So, first option is a book review. It's the easiest way for me, though may mas madali dito, no? But yeah, book reviews are easy because they're just simply about reading a book and observing some of its important parts, you know. You don't have to necessarily memorize the entire book, you know, but you just have to look into major features or major parts of the book. Okay? Now, it's the easiest kasi isang book lang yung paglalaanan mo ng oras, magdadagdag ka ng additional information, probably about the author, or kung ganahan ka, no, maghanap ka din ng ibang sources to add more context doon sa background of the book, no. But the rest shall come from your analysis of it, no. So, madali lang siya. Okay? So ano yung mga hahanapin natin sa book review? You have to look for the following: author's background, background of the book, ano, why was it published, anong reception ng tao sa kanya, when was it published, ganyan. Then external analysis, no? So you kind of observe things like language, its readability, formal ba siya, no, in terms of how it engages the readers, no. Then internal analysis, you now criticize or you now critique the content, 'di ba? You try to evaluate the information presented, reliable ba yun, bias ba yung author, ano ba yung intention ng book, ano yung tone niya, no? Ano yung parang ini-aim niya na ma-establish, no, sa'yo as a reader. So, you also include main points or the summary. So, make sure this is very short, ano? Kasi, ang understanding ng iba pag book review, kailangan chapter by chapter. No. Okay? You just get the gist. Probably 4 sentences. Ganun lang kaikli yung main points, yung summary ng book, no? And of course, syempre, kailangan may analysis ka. So, you have to give the strengths and weaknesses of the book. And so, hindi lang dapat reader ka, no? Dapat critic ka din. Okay? Ang clue ko dito sa book review, dapat matalinong pagbabasa. That's it. No? Matalinong pagbabasa. Not just you read it on face value. Syempre, dapat humahanap ka ng angulo na pwede mong questionin. And at the same time, kung super nag-agree ka naman, ano, of course, you also support that affirmation, no, with the book. So, yung format, ihahabol ko na lang siya, no? But yeah, standard itong nandito sa baba, no? Yan, 1 inch margin all sides, may pagination, Times New Roman ang ating font style, 12 ang size, and 1.5 spacing. Difficulty level, 6/10. So if you're an RIPH student, humanap ka ng ng books related to Philippine history. If you're a Rizal student, you need to look for books related to Rizal, of course. Our second option is a source analysis. No? So, madali din to in a sense na you will only have to pick one primary source. Ayan. So, hahanap ka po ng historical document. I-analyze mo lang siya using the following steps. No? So, you carefully read it, no? Find it information na explicit and implicit. Tapos conduct a background research about the source. No? So, bago ka tumalon sa content, ano mo muna, no? Alamin mo muna saan nanggaling yung source. Then for you to have a guide on how you conduct source analysis, pwede mong tignan itong table na to, no, na nandito para maging gabay mo. Okay? So information, yan, nakafocus ka sa sa content, origin, who created the source, what kind and type of source is it, perspective, from what point of view is the source created, context, when was the source created, what historical events happened at this time that are important in the creation of this source, audience, who was the intended audience of the source, motive, for what purpose was this source made. So yeah, gamitin mo lang yan na guide questions and magagawa mo na yung source analysis. So if you're an RIPH student, you look for any historical document spanning from the Spanish, American, or Japanese period. Pwede yung contemporary period. For example, pwede yung mga presidential speeches, mga laws, no, mga official historical documents, mga archival sources. Pag RIPH student ka, you make sure that that historical source has something to do with Rizal. Okay? It must be super connected to Rizal or other heroes in particular, especially during the 19th century. Okay? Kung mahirapan tayong maghanap ng mga sources that directly talk about Rizal, no? Pwede nating idamay yung 19th century movement, no? Especially yung mga kasamahan niya sa propaganda movement. The third, ayan, source analysis, these are links where you can look for sources, ano. But don't worry kasi I'll be having a separate video, no, to guide you on how to navigate these sources. Yeah. So, and difficulty level is 7/10. Mas mahirap siya sa book review for me, no? Kasi kahit maikli lang yung source, kailangan may may knowledge ka on that very source. Ano? Hindi pwedeng yung ang labnaw-labnaw lang ng analysis mo. Alright. Sorry, hindi ko na label ng maayos yung option, no? But option 3 is article review. So this is supposed to be option 3. Yung article review class ay parang book review din, pero dito hahanap ka ng isang online academic journal. Pag sinabi nating online academic journal, hindi po news article, hindi article na nakalagay sa isang website. Hahanap ka ng isang journal article na academic, meaning published ng scholar. No? Articles you find in JSTOR, articles you find in Philippine Studies, yung Ateneo, Diliman Review, mga ganun, yung mga academic journals na yun. So same format ng book review, yun din po yung ilalagay mo, no? So author's background, the background of the article, external internal analysis, the main points and summary, and of course your analysis, no? Your strengths and weaknesses of that article. Yeah. Difficulty level 7/10 pa din. Now let's go to much tougher options, no? Option 4. Yan. So, bibliographic essay is quite tougher, quite challenging, pero kaya pa din, ano, kasi it's a compilation of existing sources on a historical event. Basically, you are going to write a history of an event based on multiple sources. So, ganun siya, no? So, baby steps to towards writing a historical output. Yan. So, um, dito may particular steps akong binigay kasi medyo maproseso siya. So first, pili ka ng topic, no? Your topic should be specific. You want to talk about society ba? Life of a historical figure, a particular event, social issue, social institution. Yan. Then pick a time frame para mas maging specific. kailan ba naganap yung gusto mong pag-aralan, 'no? Was it during the Spanish period, American, Japanese, pre-colonial ba, 'di ba? Post-war, after World War II, martial law, EDSA 1, post-EDSA 1, EDSA 2, or current, 'no, contemporary Philippines, 2004 to present. So, pili ka ng period, okay? For RIPH students, ganyan kalawak yung options nyo. Kapag Rizal naman at gusto mong gumawa ng bibliographic essay, pwede mo ring gamitin to mga time frame na to, but just make sure that it has something to do with Rizal. Okay? So, yun lang naman yung ano, yung major difference ng RIPH and Rizal students, ano. Mas limited talaga yung Rizal students sa pag-focus ng mga topics nila, no. That has something to do with Rizal. But personally for me, itong bibliographic essay mas bagay siya for RIPH students. Yan. Now, sa pagpapatuloy ng bibliographic essay, of course, you narrow down the topic into a shorter period, 'di ba? Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin education during the American period. That's very broad, 'di ba? It's like writing an encyclopedia. So, sobrang kulang na kulang yung ano, yung bibliographic essay mo, no? Um, pag ganun kalawak yung period mo. So, pwede mong pangpaliitin, no? Gusto mo ba ng 16th century, 17th century, 18th century, 19th century? Yan. So, mamili ka no, ng century. Then, within the century, pwede ka pa mas mamili ng shorter span of years. Ano? But, of course, you have to justify bakit ganun kaikli yung time frame mo. Okay? Pwede ka din pumili ng manageable, ano? Again, depende nga po siya do sa topic mo and sa availability ng sources, no? For instance, you want to talk about the early American occupation, so you talk about the first 8 years, no? Pwede rin yung British occupation, 1 year lang yan, though ang dami na pong gumawa about that. Or pwede mo pag-usapan yung art during martial law. So, yeah. The entire work may be composed of the following parts. So, intro, body, conclusion lang. Yan. Huwag kakalimutan na isama yung author's point of view, no? Do sa sa gagawin mo, no? Like you as an author, how do you want to tell the story of this particular thing? Now, pwede ka din gumamit itong mga templated questions na to para magsilbing skeleton nung paper mo, no? For instance, yan, what is the event? How relevant it is to be studied? Bakit kailangan mong pag-aralan? Sino yung involved? Ano yung nangyari? Paano ito nangyari? 'Di ba? Ano yung sinasabi ng sources? Ano yung relevance ng topic sa problema natin ngayon? And what are your recommendations? Okay. So finally, we now go to this very tough choice of all the five. This one is for the daredevils out there, no? And I highly recommend this for Rizal students. Kung gusto niyo maging argumentative, no, speculative doon sa ano niyo, sa paper niyo, no? And mas akma ito kasi maraming pwedeng pagtalunan sa ano sa Rizal, ano. Pwede yung halimbawa, piliin yung mga works niya, yung mga letters niya, yung kanyang mga disposition, kanyang political views, and so on. So, there could be a lot. Pag RIPH naman, nag-critical essay, kailangan maalam ka dun sa topic na yun, ano? Ang challenge dun, broad kasi. So, it could be more difficult than doing a bibliographic essay if you're an RIPH student. So, ayan. Now, this is the most challenging kasi you have to delve on an existing material or approach on a topic and find its weak point to be criticized. So, kaya nga critical, ano? Kasi there's this existing knowledge about certain thing. So, subject A, for example, you have to critique subject A. Are we supposed to study subject A? Are we supposed to understand subject A? What are the questionable aspects of understanding subject A? Yan. Pwede rin po yung work ng isang author, no? Halimbawa, you have one Rizal novel, di ba? You attempted to criticize a particular part or a chapter or even the entire novel itself, ano? But just make sure it's yours, di ba? Or pwede rin naman yung isang widely held notion. No? Gusto mo mang debunk, gusto mo mang basag, no? You use critical argumentative essay. So, mga example, halimbawa, martial law myths, Ninoy, hero or a villain, the hoax of golden years of martial law, Aguinaldo's presidency, the truth about Case X, was Quezon the Duterte of the 1920s, things like that, no? Or for Rizal, ano, pwedeng, should we pit Rizal and Bonifacio against each other, di ba? What do we know about Bonifacio? No, yung mga ganun. So, thought-provoking yung critical essay, which makes it harder to execute kasi of course it requires a certain skill and talent, no, for you to write something that provokes such kind of idea. All right, doble yung slide. So yung format, ayan, you may follow this, no. First, you present what side you want to critique, speak of how popular the notion is wrong or author X is wrong. So yeah, you start attacking the idea or the person, but not in an ad hominem way. No, you attack them by that by that idea they have provided way back. Present the sources, then support it. No, and as you attack, no, every point you make dapat meron kang evidence sa claim mo. So if you claim that author X is wrong on this part, you provide your proof na mali siya. And that must come with sources. Okay? So argument must be strong, you must use reliable sources. Sources must be enough. So difficulty level is 9/10. It's very rewarding kasi it's like taking a risk. If you take the gamble of doing a critical essay, and if you do it good, diba, you definitely you're definitely up for a very good grade. But if you do this and you mess up, I'm sorry, no. So kaya po ako nagbigay ng 5 options, no, kasi na-recognize ko na iba't ibang uri tayo ng learners and iba't iba tayo ng ating difficulties and priorities, of course. And I fully embrace the fact that not everyone is interested with my subject. So uh, I'm giving you options to choose what's best for you. Okay? So there. Now here are some reminders. Pili na ng isa dun sa 5. Of course, mamili na rin ng topic. So again, RIPH, Philippine history, malawak, maraming choices. Rizal, of course, dapat related sa Rizal. Itong topics na to dapat i-consult nyo sa akin. So, meron tayong consultation na magaganap, no? I will be available starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. No? So, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Yan. Okay? So, wala po akong bawal po ako ng Thursday kasi Master's Day 'yon, no? Last day namin sa grad school. But 'yon, okay? June 8 to 9, then June 10 to 11. Sorry, hindi ko nalagay sa slide. Also, pwede ko naman siya extend next week. But medyo baka magbago tayo ng oras for consultation kasi may synchronous meetings tayo ng mga araw na yan. Okay? So, let's be strict and let's be respectful of my consultation time. Pag 3 to 4 lang, 3 to 4 lang, hindi po ako mag-entertain ng message na beyond that, no? Hindi po ako tatanggap ng consultation. So, ang reminder for consultation, make sure you state your name, tapos you state your name, tapos you get ready, no, for your topic. So, please, utang na loob, again, respect the consultation time. And at the same time, please, wag po akong i-chat ng madaling araw, midnight, late night. Please. Okay? All right. Now, once approved, make sure you keep a proof of my approval. Yung pag-approve ko, ano lang naman, yes, go ahead, ganyan. Magkakaroon lang ako ng ibang sasabihin kapag may nakikita akong problem do sa topic. No? Okay? I will highly appreciate those who are so prepared for their topics, ng super specific na yung gusto nilang pag-aralan. Pag yun, ganun, mabilis lang yung approval. Pero syempre yung iba, tutulungan ko namang i-polish. No? So, depende pa rin talaga. Pero I ask you to, have some topics, not just one, no? Two or more, na prepared para may bala ka if ever. Yan. So, screenshot niyo yung approval ko, no, yung conversation natin. Itago nyo, tabi nyo. Kasi mag-send ako ng Google form at dito nyo po ipapasa yung proof ng approval ko as well as the details about your topic, no, para ma-monitor ko yung topics ninyo. Then kung magbabago, you should inform me weeks ahead, at least 3 weeks ahead before the pasahan. Wag yung last minute kasi magtataka ako bakit ito yung in-approve mo tapos last minute ka lang nagbago. So ayan, make sure pag consultation, may topic ka na in mind. Kapag book review, source analysis, or article review yung napili mo, make sure you already have a copy of it. Or kung wala pa, alam mo na yung itsura, no? Mas okay kapag nahanap mo na siya, like you have provided a link and a screenshot of the cover and accessible na siya sa part mo, no? Mahirap kasi magpa-approve ng book na wala pa sa'yo. Tapos, due to the circumstances of our times, no, biglang hindi mo pala siya mababasa or hindi mo siya ma-acquire. So, that's very, very problematic. Okay? Yon. And as much as possible, have some diversity, no, with the topic. So, may tendency kasi baka magkatulad-tulad, magkapare-pares kayo. And alam ko naman yung galawan ng ibang class, no, na similar topics, different sections, magkaibigan sila. They try to sneak in and poof, I caught them. So, yeah. Then reminders, okay? Ito ay extra task sa inyo. It's more of like a bonus challenge. Paradoxical, bonus na challenge. You have to use Turabian format in citation. Turabian is also known as Chicago, no? So, gagamit kayo ng footnotes, gagamit kayo ng Turabian way of citation. So, dapat you document well your sources, ano? But I understand na since hindi naman natin to pinag-aralan, others may find this difficult. So, this is more of a bonus approach kasi if you do Turabian and you do it okay, you get plus 10 points. Matic. Okay? Secured na yung bonus 10 points na yun. So, on the top of your score, whatever it is, I'll add 10. So, yeah, you may get the perfect score. Okay? If you do it really well. If you do Turabian and you don't do it very well, I would appreciate your effort, no? So, may bonus pa din. Pero, if you do not do Turabian, it's fine. Walang bawas sa grade. Pero, hindi din po ako magdadagdag. Okay? Of course. So, antay lang po nung sa iba pang post ko sa Google Classroom regarding additional guides. And I will also upload a video of how will you look for materials, no? So, ito yung isa kong recording. And sa Google Classroom yung ipapasa itong final output na to. And again, I'm reminding you, the date is July 17, 2021, 11:59 p.m. July 17. That's it. Alright, so see you on my next video. Doon ituturo ko sa inyo kung paano mag-navigate sa mga online repositories or online libraries, no, for you to find your historical materials. Okay? Thank you.